Hello, welcome. My name is Jacob Bundy. I am a YouTube channel that is interested in, I guess, the story building and world creation of different world universes and different authorships that the different people have created. I love video games, movies, stories, RPGs, all sorts of things, and I think still figuring out my channel, what that's going to be about. But I think maybe it might be just the study and building teaching about how to create your own world building and own worlds and own stories through my exploration of those different worlds and my creation of my own. So, I would like to welcome you all here on this wonderful day. It is May 27th, 2024. I think this will be my first video that I will put on my channel. We'll see. But I wanted to walk through a little thing that I've been making. Is I've been playing solo RPGs. If you know of D&D, an RPG is basically what that is. It's a D&D setting, or it's a setting that allows for people to play, role play off of each other, basically playing like pretend with that. I absolutely love it. I love just creating things and stuff like that. A big issue that a lot of people run into is, you're playing with different people. You have to schedule times and stuff like that, and that can get hard. But something that I found is kind of a solution. It's maybe not as good, but honestly, I really love it. I think I've been really enjoying it. Is something called solo play. There's a very funny meme that talks about like a guy who says like I'm playing all the different characters in D&D, or like I'm playing my own characters and role playing it and GMing it myself. And he says, I have been informed that it's called writing a book. It's actually not. It's something called solo play. You can look up. Jenny D has a video about it. It's, I think, very good. I'm not using all those tips, but what I am using is, first of all, this is Dishonored, a role-playing game. This is the first role-playing game that I played all by myself. I think it was the first. No, this was the first one. I really love the system. I use it in my own RPG that I'm running. It's different setting, but the same system. The basic thing is just your roll. You have a character sheet that determines how likelihood success is. Here's a quick glance at my current one. This is not the current first session. I'm in, I think, session 3, I believe. And you roll dice, and they will determine if you succeed or not. That's the basic breakdown of just how it works. Just to explain this, but I'm just going to explain what my first session was and my kind of process behind it. So, welcome as I introduce you to a whisper in the dark. I began this with the thought of, okay, I want to have an RPG experience that's all by myself, and I want to kind of investigate and learn about I think I want to explore the world of Dishonored. There's the video game series that I could play, but I wanted to do it on my own time. So I don't know if I have all the games or whatever. And I kind of want to be ready for that. So that's something that I wanted to do. So I decided to just take the setting, just this place, and just use it as my my setting. There's interesting things that show up in this book. They mention something in items, magical items. There's something called a witch's hand, and it grants basically magical abilities that are connected to these greater powers. And there's a certain character that seems to maybe be the character who has this hand. And I thought, I want a character who has magic powers. That'd be cool. It's kind of a dark Victorian sort of setting with some magic in there. It's very very fun. But I was like, I want that magic feel to the setting. I want to have a character who's in that because I didn't really get to play as much with magic in the one that I did. My character was not magical for a long time. But I decided I want to have a character who really starts out and has their whole story kind of as they're in this magical world. So I was like, okay, or this magical part of the world, this kind of darker, more kind of almost eldritch kind of part of the world. So I thought of a character, just a little kind of street rat kind of character. I worked a little while on getting a name, and I got Whisper. Um, Whisper is this kid who came off of like a ship into the city of Dunwall, the capital of the Isles, and really wants he wants to break out of this system that he's in. He's stuck as this rat kid who can't get out of just a yeah, he's born as a human at the bottom of this kind of totem pole. So he wants to change that. There were some other ideas I had for him, but one of some like different ideas. At some point, I was like, let's have like a maybe there's a lady character that he's interested in, maybe wealth. But one of the things right now is like he's interested in getting this hand, and so I tried to play this as kind of to the rules as I could. I had a lot of fun trying to just mess with it and like see if I could get stuff out of it. Uh, and so I'm gonna walk you through just kind of basically he's a assassin, which means that he's good at fighting people. He's kind of good at kind of talking his way out of things, kind of clever, very kind of quiet person, able to sneak around. He's very good at sneaking. He's kind of athletic. He has some fencing skills. He also has some surgeon skills that he picked up. Not so much surgeon, but just like medicine skills from just working in just kind of like just like grungy bad parts of town. Um, he has a little place called the Nest, which is where he heads back to after each of his missions. His first one, though, almost his last. um, he had learned from a informant that the leader of a gang had a specific item called a witch's hand, which granted them magical abilities. He wanted to get his hands on that. He had been given this strange gift. Um, People, the shadows, call it the outsider's grin. It is the ability to have fate kind of move to your advantage. The ability in game is basically if you are in a room with someone once per session, if your assassination target is in the room with you, you can spend something called chaos. It's a thing that causes negative effects in the world. It makes the world a little harder. It makes it more dangerous. It also kind of worsens the world. But if you use that and you roll a d20, then you can basically, if you roll an amount that is equal to or lower than the amount of chaos that you take, maximum or minimum of 4, but maximum is up to you. You can just outright kill someone. And he had a plan. If I can get into the room with this person, I know that fate will allow me to off them and I can take the item from them. So he heads off. He finds out that there's a boat. There's a meeting that's happening. The character, he also had this ability to revive after death. But it only, from what he heard and learned, it only worked a month. It had to recharge every month. So last month, on this exact day, the boss had died. The boss, Whisper thought, the boss must have the hand on him, technically her, hand on her, because it is the day that it would come into effect and its power would be released. Before that, probably don't need to keep it with her. But today, when the sun sets and the moon comes out, the hand will be charged once again. Powers will again enter into it. These are the notes. These are all the notes of session. So I kind of was like, okay, I want to get this kind of first session be a kind of an introduction of him getting into this and honestly getting into trouble. all that curse or all those chaos points are not going to be great for him in the future. What this leads to, he's able to sneak onto the ship. Benny sneaks onto the ship. Or sorry, not Benny. Whisper sneaks onto the ship. He's able to get by the guards. He nearly drowns getting there. He's able to pull himself over the deck. He knows that he learned previously, looking back, some people they talked to, as they had mentioned, yeah, so there's some inner apartments to this ship. That's where a meeting's coming down. She's, the boss is like a tattoo artist. So she's kind of gaining some information and gaining some items from whalers to kind of make some tattoos that are maybe more powerful or something. I'm not sure what she's up to with that. He takes that with the information, sneaks there, is able to sneak by under the, get to where the boat is and actually use some of the boards and kind of places to hold on to sneak around the guards who are kind of just watching. He sneaks by, gets into a side room. He sneaks past one of the guys, almost sees him, gets inside. He's able to open up a hatch, like a little like storage room that's between the two rooms, and he's able to get into there. From there, he kind of listens and hears some people. He hears the whalers who are inside, who are ready to meet this person, and he goes, "Okay, I need to sneak in now." He decides to sneak in, but one of the whalers sees him. The whaler just, "What are you doing there?" So he tries to escape. The whaler rolls, doesn't make it. Try and roll to get him out there. He doesn't make it out. He gets seen. He gets captured. The whalers have him. And the door opens. In comes his target with a bunch of other people with her. Several guards and things like that. She orders one of her guards to interrogate him. "What did you do? Why are you here?" He tries to throw it off, tries to not give anything away, but he does give away some stuff. You know that he's there for some purpose. He does, well, in a moment of just, I think maybe even anger, maybe even upsetness, whispers out to the cosmos, whispers death. 20 chaos points, 20 sides to a dice. It got 19. The leader steps forward, trips, hits their head on a table, dead. No fight, nothing. And everyone else freezes. Whisper freezes. He finally did it. He couldn't take this endless scraping to survive, his desire to just escape this, to be something more, to be safe. Now, he's in for the long haul. The cabin explodes into action as the gang members attack the whalers. They challenge them. Some of the gang members are have questioning. Did you do this, kid? He kind of whispers that a lie. He was sent here by someone to do something. And they kind of see that there's something, maybe there's some truth to it. He gets in here. This is his fault, but how? He had nothing to do with it. The kid just fell and died. And her previous goons realized that they were to take care of her, to protect her. The gang will see them as failures if they don't catch who's responsible, if they don't blame it on someone who could have done it. This kid? No. The other whalers. So they attack them, and kind of try and if they can kill them, they can blame the whole assassination on them, and kind of push blame off of themselves, somehow negligence, because who would believe a trip and a fall and a death? And maybe there's something else here. Whispering in the darkness. Whisper's able to break free from a whaler that was holding him. He's able to rush to the body. He reaches in. He doesn't get anything else, but he gets one thing. And he takes off running. He escapes into the cupboard places. He breaks through someone following him. In a moment, he can imagine one coming right up behind him, grabbing him, getting him. He's exhausted. He's on his last legs. The swim was not good. He has barely any health inside of him still. He's able to open the lock and escape out of it. He gets to the pilot house and activates the boat. People come to see what's going on. Some of the people who are not a part of the battle. The fight inside the cabin. He's able to motor forward and he's able to hit the boat. Goes forward, hits into the docks as the ship is kind of sinking a little bit as it's ran up onto the docks, the back end dipping down. Benny is able to realizes, I keep calling him Benny. Whisper realizes that he can get out, run to her, just like he planned. Escape out onto land, not having to swim again, knowing they might not make it. Coming in from one side is one of the goons who was waiting outside, one of the ones they snuck back when he got in onto the ship. He finds him, kicks down the door that he had locked. But on the other side, there's a whaler. Benny. Whisper. Goes over, unlocks the door, steps aside, hides. The whaler enters, sees the goon, attacks him. Benny just slips out behind him, runs as fast as he can, runs off the ship, leaps onto the shore, jumps into the shadows, dodges between the wooden houses. He's gone. His deed vanishes. He makes it back to his nest with his prize. And that's the end. With a wrap up, session notes. He does take some damage, so he gets some XP from that. Whisper has also gets some extra XP from two weaknesses they has. One, his voice cannot go above normal speaking. It is only in a whisper that he's able to speak. Also, only one of his eyes functions correctly, giving him lacking in sight. He creates 35 chaos from this first encounter. Did not generate any before this, but uses just the chaos, just extreme actions, paying off the GM to ignore some complications they would have had, things like that. But he has gained one witch hand. He has killed the boss, the Howlers, who are angry. One person saw him. They all saw him take the hand. They all have seen his face. The Howlers panicked. They knew that he was involved. 4 whalers and 6 howlers. They had seen him. May have not all survived the encounter, but people know who he is. The faceless kid is now unmasked. What will happen next? Whisper is in trouble. He's going to have to do quite a lot of things if he wants to keep all of this. You don't just kill a boss, escape, and nothing happens. Maybe people will find out what's going on with that hand, what it means to have it. Anything. People are going to be hunting and keeping their eyes open for a little child running around. But we'll find out more next time. I hope this was helpful, enjoyable. it was just kind of just thrown together. So it's very, just put together. I want something that I could just film and have just be kind of officially my first video on this channel. Thank you so much. I hope to talk more about, um, yeah, myself and this channel. With just quick breakdown, I am a Christian. I believe creating and stuff is really wonderful and awesome. Non-denominational Christian. I have some opinions about politics, but honestly, maybe they're not as important. But I do want good for people, and all people deserve love and care, even if I don't agree with a lot of social beliefs currently. I don't think I agree with them, but I do believe that everyone deserves to be loved, cared about. I think cherished is maybe a good word, um, and deserving of acknowledgement of their humanity and the wonder that people have. I've been through a lot in my life and seen a lot of dark days, and I'm fighting to see good days. And I think more and more have been seeing beauty and wonder in this world that we have. I have hope for our future, um, not based on, I think, who we are as humans, but I think something deeper than that. I hope in this channel to talk about my life, who I am, the things that I'm passionate about. Um, I think the best way to say is all are welcome to my channel and to watch these things and to be a part of this community. There may not always be um, things that you agree with or things that you connect with, but I want you to know that you're welcome and you are a part of this, even if there are things that you don't um, that you disagree with me on. I want this place to be open, even if you don't want it to be, don't want to be in it anymore. That's okay. Um, Also, I think I'm gonna have. It might be there, it might not be there, but I'm gonna put in the description a Discord. I'm just starting out, so it might just be a just very basic thing. But it's a place that you can kind of just hear if I do videos and stuff like that. Just in case YouTube's weird or anything like that. If you enjoyed this video, if you want to hear a little bit more, I advise to check out some more channels. They're a little bit more polished videos. This is very rough. Um, uh, you can check out those videos. I'm a broadcast digital media student who just was able to graduate, took creative writing classes. I'm a very creative person, and I want to help you with the building of your worlds. And so you can check out some of those videos. Some of them are more, they're going to be very broad right now, as I'm just figuring out what I like. But just let me know what you think of them. If you like the videos, of course, like them, subscribe, and I hope that I can give you things that make those things worth it. Also, the bell, if that, I don't know a whole lot about that, but if the bell is helpful for you to watch these videos and know when they come up, you can do that. Yeah. So, thank you so much for coming. I'm ready to start this adventure of what comes next. So, whatever is next, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, friend.